To support this podcast, go to positivesarcasm.com/donate. Any amount is appreciated. Once again, positivesarcasm.com/donate. Thank you and enjoy the program. Jay here, positivesarcasm.com, staying hydrated by New Hampshire's beautiful seacoast inside the Spare Parts Studio. Like, subscribe, share, donate. Positivesarcasm.com/donate. Any amounts appreciated. You can hit me up with blah, 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 blah. You can hit me up. Come on, Crane, work. You can hit me up through my website, positivesarcasm.com. You can go to the contact page and hit me up there directly. You can also email me. Well, you can contact me there that way, or you can just email me directly, positivesarcasm@outlook.com. Choose the subject matter. I'll pick it up. No worries there. Let's see. Instagram, you can slide into the DMs there. Please be respectful. At @positive_sarcasm, or you can follow my puppy, Chasey Wasey, at Chase Michael on Instagram. Actually, what is it exactly? Let me see here. Let me do the old, yes. At Chase_Michael_Corso. So go ahead and check him out if you want to look just at pictures of puppy, good boy. So there you go. Yeah, right. Go back to sleep, pal. Stretch. What do I do when I say your name? Stretch. We are not solving anything here at the Spare Parts Studio. We are not. We're not solving any political drama. We're not solving food hunger, food shortages. We're not solving the homeless problem here. We're not solving the debt crisis. We're not solving any of that stuff here. The only thing we could solve here is maybe a few of your personal problems to make your day go by a little bit easier. One of the things, I don't know why you guys are spending, since I discovered Ziggy's up in Saco, first of all, kudos to Ziggy's. They make a great iced coffee. But if you don't have a Ziggy's near you and you're just looking to get some, there's not like an Aroma Joe's or something like that near you, may I suggest Circle K. I've talked about it before on this podcast when it was a different format, and I'm going to stay true to this. If you're looking for a good cup of coffee or a good iced coffee, I'd be lying if I said Circle K it's nothing more than gas station coffee. It's good. They got, it's whole bean, ground up right in front of you. Many different blends, including Colombian roast, hazelnut, donut shop, dark roast, French roast. It depends on which one you go to. And then they got the flavored ones too, and they're fantastic. And they definitely will have some type of pumpkin spicy type when September hits. So don't be afraid to stop by Circle K and save yourself a few dollars on a delicious coffee. Now, some of them actually you can get iced coffees at as well. But I'll tell you, and you know what's cool is, like, if you go, you can mix and match. So I don't know if you're allowed to do this, but you can do it anyways because I do it. Is you go and get half of it with like black coffee and then switch over to their old school cappuccino machine and just do like maybe like 20-30% of that and then fill the rest up with cream. So you get a little bit of the sweetness of, what do they have, like Nutter Butter or Hershey's or hazelnut or English toffee, that sugar cappuccino, but on top of the black coffee, and then just fill it with half and half, and you're styling, dude. I'm telling you, fantastic. Stands up to just about any other coffee place that's out there right now that, has a big name or is like chain related. So, and you're going to save yourself some money because, what's a Starbucks coffee? $6-7? So when you want one of them specialty ones, you go into Circle K, it's going to cost you $2-3. That's it. $2-3. That's an XL. That cost me like $2 and something cents. It's not because I'm cheap. Well, kind of because I'm cheap. But I'm telling you, it's a win. It's an absolute win. So these are little things that make your day a little bit easier. But we're not solving the big problems here. We're solving everyday, random, weird, individual things that for some reason people don't have an answer for. So bear with us, because maybe if we change one person's life, it might just maybe chain react into changing the world. Who knows? Probably not. But hey, you know what? That's what we do here. So we're gonna keep trying. Thank you for your patience. Lately, I've been posting a little late because I've been rather busy lately. So I appreciate your patience. I appreciate your patronage. I appreciate your subscribing, liking, subscribing, share, donating. PositiveSarcasm.com/donate. And that's appreciated. You can find this podcast anywhere podcasts are available audio-wise, but Rumble and YouTube if you want to find the video portion of this podcast. So go ahead. No TikTok. Not into that. All they do is censor my stuff. All they do is censor me. So I haven't been on since I quit there. So anyways, let's get right into Q&A. Let's not waste anybody's time. Short and sweet because there's plenty of other podcasts that you'd rather be listening to. If this one fits into your daily routine, I'm very, very thankful. Thank you very much. But I want to get right to it so you can go ahead and be like, I'm glad I listened to that. Now let's move on to something silly. All right, first one of the day. Let's pop it up on the thingy right there. Boom. There we go. I have a very stressful job. I am connected to my phone almost 24/7, and I take all calls regardless of my location. I frequently take calls from clients and staff while using the ladies' room. I am distressed when others using the same restroom flush toilets and use loud hand dryers while I'm on the phone. It must be obvious to them that when I'm talking, and yet they make these noises which interrupt my calls. How can I politely ask others to refrain from flushing or using the hand dryer while I'm on the phone? No, you can't. No. The bathroom is the bathroom. The bathroom is where you go to do bathroom things. And one of them is being polite and flushing the toilet. Another one is being hygienic and washing your damn hands. Okay? And both of these things make noise, among other things. So, if you are bringing your business into a room to do your business, you're doing things wrong. You need to set boundaries. You need to prioritize what's going on. This is terrible. This is terrible. It's also disrespectful to the customers, the clients that you're talking to on the phone. You need to let them call or say, hey, I'm going to call you back. I have to go tinkle. There's many things that you can do. Bringing it into the bathroom, if you're going to do that, expect that there's going to be noises in the bathroom. That's just how it is. You're not doing anybody any favors by doing that to you. Stop. Take a break. Take a breath. My God. Sorry, but it's not I'm saying you're wrong, but by requesting others to pipe it down when they're in the bathroom, you're wrong. You're wrong. I suggest that you actually stop doing it and create some limits for yourself. My God, how busy are you? I have to pee. Let's keep going, though. I have 3 adult children, and I don't know what to do about my youngest, Rita. My husband and I were educators, so we had high expectations. Our first 2 children excelled academically on their own. They transferred from public to private school and attended Ivy Leagues for undergraduate and graduate school. Rita did not. She stayed in public school for K-12, college, and graduate school. Okay, so great. She went to freaking high school, graduated, went to college, graduated, and is in graduate school. Okay, all right. My husband and I used a reward system. Anytime my kids wanted something, we required a minimum 3.5 GPA. That's how my other 2 kids got private school, trips abroad, tutors, sports camps, a new bicycle, etc. Rita didn't. Specifically a tutor because she wouldn't meet our requirements. Ooh. For what, to be your daughter? My husband said Rita will use any special accommodations to avoid schoolwork. Those opportunities propelled my first 2 kids to marry into wealthy families and obtain lucrative jobs. What kind of people are you? Rita did well until 4th grade. I was wondering if a learning disability was present because she tried but constantly failed. My husband, her teachers, and our doctors said she was lazy and unmotivated. My therapist, who saw her too, said girls couldn't get ADHD. My husband insisted on keeping the same reward system for Rita, especially when she begged us to stop the bullying at school. He felt that bullying would be the ultimate motivation for her to improve, but she didn't. Fast forward, soon after Rita's 50th birthday, Rita's 50th birthday? She was diagnosed with ADHD. My husband and other kids don't believe it. I'm skeptical. Rita said we punished her for her behavior she couldn't help, and the only reason her siblings did well is because we rewarded them for being neurotypical. She says we never truly helped her. We tried to help her, but ultimately Rita was solely responsible for her achievements. just my other two kids. Rita's relationship with us was already distant, and now it's non-existent. She won't talk to her siblings. She says she should get a bigger share of her inheritance because we gave her siblings a lot of money, but not her. Although that's true, I don't want to punish the other two. How can I get Rita to understand we did the best we could? I can't change the past, and I miss my grandkids. You sound like you were subpar parents to Rita. Like, okay, I get it. The reward system is one thing, but let's move the reward system out of the way. Like, she's 50 years old and doesn't want to talk to you. I, quite frankly, don't blame her. You said girls couldn't get ADHD. She constantly failed. How did she fail? I don't get how she failed. She graduated high school. She went to college, graduated college. She went to freaking graduate school. She went to 3 different schools and graduated all of them. So how does she have ADHD? That's not possible. If anybody would had actual ADHD, it would be me. But I don't care. I don't believe in it. I don't believe it's a real thing. So whatever you did, you just kind of glanced over. I think you just kind of glossed over this whole paragraphing is just you glossing over the fact that you were shitty parents. If she never talked to you again, I wouldn't blame her. I wouldn't blame her. You guys are garbage. I mean, you had 2 Tiger Woods and maybe I don't know, pick a golfer who is slightly worse than Tiger Woods, and you treated them like garbage. It's like, what do you expect? And maybe she wanted to do something different. Maybe she just didn't want to. Maybe she wanted to be a guitar player or a magician, or I don't know. Maybe she just wanted to be a normal fucking kid. And for now, and basically you're punishing her by not giving her not as much inheritance. It's like, I don't understand. That's your child. How do you love them any less? I understand your reward system, but this is different. She graduated college. How is she lazy? She just maybe wasn't as motivated to deal with that crap and decided not to marry into wealthy families, which is a cop-out. That's like an easy way out. And obtain lucrative jobs. What is your idea of a lucrative job? Maybe she decided to change careers halfway through her life, which is something I decided to do. I don't understand. I don't see this as effective parenting to the extent that you've made Rita an emotionally stable person. That's just me, but I got to tell you, if you were my parents, I wouldn't want to talk to you either. Let's move on to the next one. We got 12 minutes? Yeah, we're cruising right along. Let me get a sip of water. Summertime, folks. Stay hydrated. I have a 7-year-old son who's extremely sensitive to certain smells and foods. Mac and cheese. It's been quite challenging navigating his needs. The other day at the playground, I found myself in an awkward situation with another mother. I know that her daughter's lunch had a strong smell. What are you feeding her? Clam bellies? That has been bothering my son, so I decided to mention it, even though I felt awkward doing so. I tried to explain how these odors were disrupting his school day and affecting his appetite. Who's your son, Caillou? I approached her politely, hoping for some understanding. However, she completely dismissed my concerns and suggested that my son could just move away, and if he didn't like it, I was taken aback. I felt like she didn't care about my son's well-being at all. Well, she doesn't, and guess what? I don't either. My husband thinks I could have handled it better, but I'm not sure what else I could have done. I was trying to advocate for my son. Whatever. Your son needs to toughen up. Feed him some peanuts, even though he has an allergy to them. His sensitivity to smells and foods is already such a challenge. Okay. All right. I have a problem with this parent, but let's keep reading. These strong odors are making his school days unbearable. Oh, my God. He couldn't have... let's see. He shouldn't have to suffer because this other mother packs food that is not appropriate for a child's lunch. Define not appropriate. You haven't even stated what this food is. I mean, is she taking the kid to school with sardines? I approached the other mother calmly, hoping she might change her mind out of common decency. Instead, she refused to consider any changes. She even resorted to her profane language. I'd tell you to fuck off, too, to be perfectly honest with you. I hate seeing my son struggle like this. Well, homeschool him. I refuse to let him dread school lunches because of somebody else's insensitivity or your son's oversensitivity. It sounds like, you know what? You are a bulldozer parent is what you are. What else can I do to get my other mother to comply with my request? All right, I can't. You're awful. Stay out of these other people's lives. Stay out of these other children's lives. Stay away from these other mothers. Quite frankly, I wouldn't be surprised if they filed a complaint against you. You're bulldozing your son. I don't like this. I don't like the smell of that. Shut up. Shut your mouth. Inhale it. Love it. Get right in that ass and enjoy it. I don't know what's wrong with your son, but I have a feeling it has a lot to do with you, boy. God, this is like the terrible parenting episode. All right. Who else can I get pissed off about? The writers are not looking good in most of these right now. You got the bathroom lady who's telling everybody to stop freaking making noise. You got the bulldozer parent who wants everybody's foods to not smell like anything. And then you've got the overbearing parents who didn't give their children one child and all the a fair share of the inheritance because graduating high school, graduating college, and graduating graduate school is apparently not enough. And then is upset because they won't talk to them. Boy, these are some garbage parents. See if we can find more crappy humans. I got into an argument with my husband and afterward I went into my bedroom to be away from him. My best friend who was visiting didn't ask me how I was doing. Instead, she sat with him in the living room, watching TV, listening to him tell her now I'm no longer the same person and I've gone off my rocker. I'm extremely upset over the fact that she never came to see me and ask how I was. I feel like she really isn't a true friend to me. Since the incident, I have been cordial and have been treating her as an acquaintance rather than a friend. I'm not sure if I should continue our friendship and sit down to try to repair our relationship. How should I proceed? Okay, I got an idea. First of all, how about you try repairing your marriage? Why don't you start with that? Why don't you try listening to your husband for a change? Maybe he has a point about some of the things that you've been doing. And then maybe if you concede some points to him about how you've been doing, he might concede some points to how he's doing. That's called compromise. That's called discussing in a relationship what is actually working, who's gotten lazy, who's gotten distant. These are the things. Don't worry about your friend. Your friend's fine. It's you and your husband that need to talk, need to work things out, need to figure things, because obviously he has some complaints that might have some legitimacy to them. So you may want to listen to your husband first and try to figure that relationship out first, and then go talk to your friend. And maybe you won't be so harsh on this person because they might be siding with your husband, not because of intimacy, but because they might understand what your husband's going through and relate more to him. So, I would, before reaching out to your friend to make amends, I would try to talk with your husband and see if this is a fixable situation. And guess what? There's a strong possibility, just saying, strong possibility that you might be dead ass wrong about some of the things that you think, do, or feel. So, let's do, we'll probably get away with one or two more. My daughter's second grade teacher gave each kid a certificate at the end of the year. Oh boy, participatories. Many had nice friend or good reader on them, but a few stood out. Class clown, Miss Manners, and social butterflies seemed most egregious to me. Ugh. My daughter was Miss Manners, and she's indeed polite. The school principal thought the certificates and labels were heartfelt. I also contacted the district superintendent, but haven't received a reply. Am I being too sensitive and thinking these are backhanded compliments or just plain rude labels? I would have been more upset that had it been my child labeled class clown. Yeah, this is a frivolous thing. It's like, why don't you just chill out? Why don't you just, these are, second grade? It's second grade, okay? Second grade. The kids are barely learning how to wipe their ass, and you're all of a sudden freaking out over some random-ass labels that, you know what, may actually help them out in the long run. All right? I was class clown, too. I was most talkative. Look at me now. I can barely string a sentence together sometimes. But, hey, I'm still here doing the damn thing at 40 years old. All right? I got, great life, great career, great, amazing fur buddy. Everything is just coming together. Rebounding after a lot of disappointment. And guess what? I look back at second grade. I don't really think anything of it. So you need to just pop a Xanax and just go chill out on the front lawn. because this whole labeling thing is not anything to scoff at. Do your job as a parent. Take care of your kids. Forget about what's going on in class. Let's do one more. Boy, I'm spicy today. 6 months ago, my grandmother passed away and left me a significant inheritance. Okay. I'm 24, and my 25-year-old husband unexpectedly quit his job without consulting me, believing the inheritance meant he would no longer need to work. I have made it clear that we needed to save the money for our future and continue living as we were. Despite my efforts to make him understand the importance of saving, my husband refuses to apply to new jobs, leaving me to cover our bills for the past few months. How can I handle this situation? I want to honor my grandmother's legacy by using this money wisely. That's your money. Okay, that's your money. It's not for your husband. And the same if the reverse was true. If it was your husband's mother's inheritance or something like that, it ain't for you. It ain't for you. That's just how it is. And let's even move the inheritance aside. What's your husband doing quitting his job without any other plans? That just seems lazy to me. He just wants to. This is. I'll be honest with you. I'm not a fan of the husband in this situation. Deciding, oh, you've got money. Let's just quit our jobs and I'll just mooch off of you and freeload off of you. No. Your 25-year-old husband, whose brain has just fully developed, needs to understand that at 25, that money should go into dividend or growth funds or other things that, or a house fund or who knows what else. This is not the time to be quitting your job. There's a lot of people out there. There's a lot of places out there that'll pay you a lot of money just for showing up. And he goes again, yeah. You're 24. I wouldn't give him a penny of this. And quite frankly, if he keeps it up, if he doesn't get a job, like a real job, which at 25 you can accomplish, I would leave him. I would absolutely leave them. It's not a person who does this is not worth your time, because who knows if they're going to be lazy at this assignment, who knows what else they can be lazy about. So I'm leaning towards that. I'm leaning towards that for sure. But I have some questions regarding your husband, and it's not looking good. Anyways, we're going to close up shop a little bit early. You can find me on Instagram at +_sarcasm. You can find Chasey Wasey at Chase_Michael_Corso. You can also hit me up on hit me up on my website, +sarcasm.com. It's downloadable and streamable directly from there. Questions, concerns, comments, hit me up on my website or email me directly, +sarcasm@outlook.com. Like, subscribe, share, donate, +sarcasm.com/donate. Any amount is appreciated. Audio version of this podcast anywhere where podcasts are available, including my website and on Substack, Spotify, iHeartRadio, TuneIn, Podcast Addict, everywhere. And then, of course, video version of this podcast available on YouTube and Rumble. But in the meantime, quick in and out. Thank you guys for being patient. Got some other things in the works right now. Got some ideas in my head. Oh, man, I hope I get to execute them. Anyways, thank you for listening, watching, and subscribing. And I will chat with you folks next week. Recorded here from New Hampshire's beautiful seacoast inside the Spare Parts Studio. For entertainment purposes only, this has been a Positive Sarcasm presentation.